In this video, I'll be showing you how to make coins in EA Sports FC. So the first thing you want to do is come over to the transfer market. As soon as you go onto it, this is what it will look like. This is just the main tab for everything. As you'll be able to see at the top, you've got players, consumables, stadium, and staff. And if you use L1 and R1, you'll be able to flick through everything. Now in this video, it's just going to be an introduction to trading and the basics. However, if you want to see the absolute best way to make coins right now in EA Sports FC, get this video to over 1,000 likes in 24 hours. If you want to build the best team possible in EA Sports FC, make sure to go and buy some coins from Mule Factory and use the code LECOINS5 for a discount. So the first thing that I want to do is introduce you to the different ways that you can actually make coins. And the first thing that you need to sort of understand about making coins is something called the EA tax. Now, when you go onto the market and you buy a player, you won't be paying tax on that player. Now, you might be thinking, why the hell is there a tax in this game? And I've got bad news for you. There's a tax on absolutely everything in life. Get used to it. But as you can see, I've just bought this Tresser here from Burnley for 1,000 coins. Now, if I was to go and quick sell this player, he will sell at whatever his quick sell price is. However, if I wanted to sell him onto the transfer market and say I wanted to sell him on at a price of 1,000 coins again, I will pay a 5% tax on every item I sell on this game. So the aim of trading is to buy a player at one price, then sell him at a higher price, but also make profit that's higher than that 5% tax. So I couldn't just buy this player at 1,000 coins then list him up at say 1,100. Well, I could do, because the tax on that would be roughly around 55 coins, so we'd make 45 coins profit. But you mainly want to be going for around 10 to 20% profit. So what I would need to do with this card is maybe list it up at 1.3k, 1.4k, and I'll just go and list him up on the transfer market. Now, even though I've gone and done that, that doesn't mean that it'll sell. And the reason for that is because of something called supply and demand. Now, the basic concept of this is that if the supply is high and the demand is low, the player price will be low. However, if the demand is high and the supply is low, the price will be high. Simple as that. In this video, we're only talking about the basics. So for now, let's go back over to the transfer market and let's start to do some trading. So the first method that I'm going to talk about is going to be a method called sniping. Now, sniping is basically the act of buying a player low and selling it on for high. So what you need to do first and foremost is just come onto the market and go and find yourself a player. Go and take a look at any player on the market. Now, typically, I would start off with gold rare players. Now, I'm having a look through here and all I'm looking for are players who have some demand. So because it's the start of the game, I know that a lot of demand will come for players who are basically cheap beasts, maybe around 3 to 4k. So all I'm looking through here is all of these players, and I'm trying to identify someone who probably fits into quite a lot of starter teams. So the player that I've gone for is Martial, because Martial is a decent striker. A lot of people will probably pick him up just early game and just chuck him into the team. And he's got a pretty decent price of around 2,000 coins. So for this method, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the absolute minimum price that this card is selling for. So all I'm going to do for that is go to this max buy now and just slowly put this price up and keep searching up on the market. And as you'll be able to see, he's roughly selling at his bare minimum at 1,700 coins. Now the reason why I know that is because the time remaining at the minute says 59 minutes, which means someone's just listed it up for an hour and he's going at 1.7k. So there's not really too much being listed at that price. And if I put it up the tiniest bit higher, you'll be able to see that there's more cards. So we could probably get around 1.7k to 1.8k for Martial. So now what I need to do is back out and go down to this max buy now and put it down to around 1,500 coins. The reason why I'm putting it down a few hundred coins is because we've got a 5% tax and we want to make some profit. So all I'm going to do is put it at 1,500 coins. I'm going to search up on the market and there's nothing there. Now at this point you might think, okay, well there's nothing there at 1.5k, so what do I do? So what you're going to do is you're going to come over to this maximum price and press R2, which is going to make it 15 million coins. Now the reason why we do this is because now when we search up on the market will have refreshed. Now if you just sit here and press search and back and keep doing that over and over again, the market won't refresh. What you need to do is you need to change this maximum price just once. Just put it down with the left stick once and then search up again, and then it will update. And as you'll be able to see, something will pop up, and we've just found one at 1,300 coins. So the aim of sniping is to just come through and just keep doing that over and over and over again as quick as you possibly can do until cards pop up. up, and you're just going to sit here on this and buy anything that's under 1.5k. But as you'll be able to see, it's not going to be easy. And there we go, we've just managed to get one at 1,500 coins. Lovely stuff. So all I need to do now is just come over here and just list it up at 1,800 coins. Now that method is a good method. That's the basics of trading, but this next method you need to know as well. So sticking with Martial, what we're going to do for this next method, instead of sitting and sniping over and over and over again, what we're going to do is something called bidding, and specifically something called mass bidding. So instead of going through and doing everything that we've just done with the max buy now, what you're going to do instead is come over to this max price and set it to a few hundred coins lower than his min buy now. Now we know from earlier on that his minimum buy now is 1,800 coins, so that means that our max price that we're prepared to bid at is going to be 1,500. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come on here and I'm just going to take a look at a few of these players, and as you'll be able to see, Martial's going for about 1.5k on all of these, and all I'm going to do is come on and drop bids at 1.6k. Now you're not always going to win all of these, and that's sort of the point to this method, is that you try and drop bids as high as you possibly can do while still making a profit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep bidding at 1.5k on as many of these as I can afford, just as many as possible. So once you've dropped a suitable amount of bids, you're going to come out of the transfer market. What you're going to do next is go over to your transfer targets just by clicking right twice and go over to your transfer targets. Now when you come over here, you're going to come on and you're going to think, oh my god, I'm not winning half of these cards, people are outbidding me, I need to go through, I need to bid. But no, for this method specifically, you don't do that, because in these early stages when you're bidding on these kinds of cards, you're purely looking to just bid on as many cards as possible. You're not going to win them all, but that's not the point of the method. The point is to maybe pick up around 3, 4 each time that you bid on maybe like 10 to 20 players, and just keep selling them on as much as possible. So as you can see here, I've got bids coming in, I've been outbid on some, but it really doesn't matter too much, because if we go over here, you'll be able to see that we have managed to get a Martial again at 1.5k. If we come over here and go over to his bio, you'll be able to see bought for 1.5k. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to list him up at his buy now price, which we've set before at 1.8k. So with all of that now, what I need to do is come over to the transfer list, and hopefully I'll have made some profit on a Martial. And as you'll be able to see, I've just got this one sold at 1.8k. Like I said though, these are the absolute basics of trading, but if you hit that like goal, if you click here, you'll be able to find the next video as part of this series. And honestly, if you've enjoyed this video, you need to watch this. Oosh.